told. I know. Oh. You'll have to. Yeah, there's something over there. Doesn't matter.
Just note that I stood out there for a few minutes and they didn't acknowledge my presence. And the white van that you just saw go around the corner is that other drug dealer. Did you guys decide who you're going to sell your property to?
What's that?
Did you guys decide who you're going to sell your property to yet?
No, I'm not selling my property for a while. It's not even done. They keep wanting to rent it, and I tell them no.
Is that what they were over here for?
No, they want me to rent it, and I'm not renting it.
Okay.
I'm not renting
If it turns into a drug deal, I've got this stuff up on YouTube. If it turns into another drug den.
I don't do drugs. My friends don't do drugs. I don't have one friend that does drugs.
That's
so trust
fine.
me, it's going to be a high price for this because no riffraff's going to buy it.
Well, I appreciate that.
I'm not going to let riffraff move in. That's why I don't sell it right now because the girl before me tore it up.
They're trying to pin me with some kind of shit. They got into some gang fight and killed one of each other, and then they went around and told the cops that I'm cruising through their woods picking on them and shit. They're trying to get me swatted, get me killed or something.
They never said anything about you. She was telling me that somebody killed her son.
It's like 2 or 3 times now they've called the cops and said that I'm sneaking through the woods shooting at their house and stalking them and all this shit.
Are you sure it's them? She's really nice.
No, I talked to the cops. They're trying to do something to me, and I don't appreciate it. So
because the people that shot him were all black.
Yeah,
I asked her, I said, were they black or white? She's like, well, black.
I was told that it was...
She knows exactly who it was.
I was told that it was 2 families, that it was 2 families going at it because they want this property and they want this street back.
No,
that's what I was told that by the cops.
Nothing to do with anything.
I was told that by the cops.
Those guys, then I would know the cops.
Well, I mean, I talked to them. It's not like I didn't experience that.
I've owned this for a long time.
I'm just saying, if it turns into another drug thing, I've got that all documented.
Good, documented, because I'm going to sell it for a high price. So whoever moves in they're gonna have money because they want a decent house.
Well, that has nothing to do with their drug dealers. It's not like they're on Skid Row. They're selling crack and turning tricks. They've got the whole town on lockdown. They can do all this stuff in broad daylight. I can advertise it across the whole country, and nobody, and it gets 0 views. So I know how connected it is.
Well, I don't know as much as I know of that lady. She's always really nice.
Well, that's here nor there. I've been in auction and business and everything else my whole life. You can be a nice person and be a snake behind closed doors.
Yeah, well, I'm not a snake. That's why I keep telling them, listen, it's not for sale. I mean, it's not for rent. They don't want to buy it. They want to rent it. They
want to harass me and run me out of town is what they want to do because they want to turn this whole block back into a crack factory.
That lady moved out of Baldwin so she could have chickens.
Yeah.
Most people that have chickens they're home.
That has absolutely nothing to do with it. They come by here and stalk me. I've run them off the property 5 times. They keep trying to swat me.
Was it her?
It's that family.
Well, the son's dead, so.
It wasn't the son. It's the older guy, her brother or whatever, that lives there or owns the business, owns it and lets her live there. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
I don't know. She did say that her ex's brother is the one that did the killing, so it's a mess.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I do know. I understand the situation. I know what's going on, and
I don't. All I know is it's not for it's not for rent.
It's just you can't put stuff in somebody's face like that. Like, I mean, I can come up and try to sell you a baseball and tell you it's a baseball bat, and you can look at it, tell it's a baseball, and that's the whole situation. I mean, they're just bullshitting me, just absolute fucking bullshit, mockery.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I live in a place where I don't see that stuff. Well, I don't want to see it either.
I grew up on a farm where we raised family, and there are farms out there where they raise slaves. That's about the gist of the situation.
Yeah, well, we have a 60-acre farm.
Yeah.
Fields around us. So I like my peace.
Yeah. I ran 200 acres my whole life. I've had 70 head of cattle, run an auction business. I've fixed everything from the township to the trying to design stuff for frickin' club car and everything else, and I've met all kinds of people, and I've met all kinds of people. Some of them probably did drugs, but they weren't terrorists.
Yeah, I mean, I did drugs at one time, not bad ones, but I was a pot smoker.
This is a terrorist situation. They have terrorized me for the last 7 years, and now they're swatting me, stalking me, harassing me, vandalizing my property.
Calling the cops.
It does absolutely no good. The cops are propagating the situation. I've called them. They won't look at the evidence. They won't look at the video. They won't record damage. And if I call them, they tell me to call back Monday. I've got video of me sending them dozens of reports to get the dog out of my garden, stop tearing trash up, straining it all up and down the road, and they ignore me. They won't send me an email back. They won't come out and do anything about the dogs. And I've put I don't know how much effort and money into my garden to have a garden out here, and they just trash it. I call the cops, and they give me this, there's nothing we can do.
It's not the deer, and the rabbits have been got mine.
It's video of the dog in my garden.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm not full of shit. I'm a well-educated man.
Yeah.
I record
Probably
this
more
and
than
document.
I am.
No, like
No, I'm not that educated.
it's not about
education.
it's not about education. I mean, it's they're. If you're a poker player and you're sitting at a table and somebody gives you a hard tell that they've got a crappy hand, you know it. If you're a professional. I've been around so many people for so long, and I've been in so many professions, and I've worked and honed and spent my entire... I've got a video game system. I don't play it. I haven't played it in years. I don't have cable. I've never played for it. All I do is study.
Yeah.
So they're coming...
What do you study?
Everything.
Oh,
I study the usurpation of my country because it is an organized effort. And I uncover the entire thing, and then I expose it to the entire country, and they censor me because I would stop that shit today, right now.
Because we're Bible students. We're students, though. That's where...
Yeah, well,
we're Bible students. Do you read the Bible?
I believe in the gospel. I believe in
Good.
Jesus Christ.
Good.
That's it. I mean, it's not an organization to me. Somebody comes up, they want money, they say they're going to help the homeless. I say, the homeless is better off without them.
I get you.
Because that's exactly what they do. They use these nonprofit organizations. They come and they organize. The sheriff takes a bunch of money after they party for organized crime.
They use the money on whatever they want.
They break it down through organized or through nonprofit organizations into smaller amounts, and then that's how you run an entire community. You plant assets. You've got judges. You've got DAs. You've got cops. You've got townsfolk. You've got city folk that are all in on this organized effort to run drugs and human trafficking.
Well, let me tell you this. I hope and I will pray that when I sell this, a decent family moves in. Because most of the things... I'm just saying,
like this, I've got it seven years of it.
I'm this out so it looks really good. I got to mow it again. It grew... I was going to mow it last Wednesday, almost a week ago. But I didn't have time. So when I mow it, it's going to look good. I'll just keep mowing it. It'll look decent. At least when you look across the street, it will look pretty.
I don't care about that. I've got food growing over here. So if it looked like a food forest, that'd be fine with me.
Yeah.
She gets mad at me. She's upset because she wants her dog to be able to crap in my yard and thinks that it's immature for me to want to grow berries out here and actually grow food and try to...
It's nice to have food.
She's upset because because her septic runs clear out into my property, and that whole area back there is a giant berry bush where all her septic's running into my property, and she was mad. She didn't want me to do anything about that. Didn't want me to have my property. I mean, it's an organized effort. And then I've got people coming up on my property with metal detectors and stuff.
Well, my husband, now in order to find property corners, you use the metal detector to find all the corners. Right, and he was up on my property doing it. Yeah. But he has to have paperwork to do that. He already knows, like, if you're a surveyor and you find the one point, you already know, like, the road right away is like 30 feet. You don't need a piece of paper. Right, but I mean, like, he was up on my property getting the property staked. That's the only way you can do it. But he has to have paperwork to do that. No, he doesn't. Pretty sure he does. He has a card in his... Either way, I mean, like... He does have a card. I'm just telling you, surveyors can walk on anybody's property. But he's nice about it. He doesn't, he's decent. When I've got people trying to frame me for stuff, that makes me nervous. Yeah, well, it's not us. Trust me. I mean, because they're over there saying that I'm shooting at them. You can go back on the corner of your property and find bullet holes in that tree of the people that used to live here shooting at that house. Yeah. Well, and they came from that gun. Trust me, I'm a peaceable neighbors, so you don't have to worry about us. They're my good friends. They live right in town. They're just using this to put all their, because they don't have a basement or nothing, and they moved to Baldwin, so they're using this as their garage.
Yeah.
But they're good people, so am I. You
know, good people don't mean nothing to me. There's good people that you can be good and be taken advantage of and propagate the issue.
Well, I don't know them people.
Yeah.
They keep pulling and asking me to rent.
All I do is mind my own business, man. I can't hardly even get out. I'm about to buy a wheelchair and a ramp because it's hard to get up and down the steps. And they're coming by here saying I'm creeping around, stealing everybody's shit. They was over there saying that I was busting in, stealing people's chainsaws or something, that I stole somebody's Husqvarna chainsaw. So they're creeping around trying to bust into the back of my RV, and people watching out for me.
I wish they weren't doing that. Doesn't make.
I just don't want to. I don't want to see them move back in here over here because they'll be doing it every day. I've got videos of them. They can't go by my house without stopping and staring at my house. They stop right in front of my house and stare at me and challenge me. And what they're telling me is that they're getting this street back. They're taking this block back, and it's going to be drugs and human trafficking.
She used to live right in town, so she hasn't been there that long.
Yeah, well, no, that's
the people that used to live here are gone.
That's the family that it's an organization. It's not, one little group or one house or whatever. It is an organized effort. That's why I call it organized crime. It's not one person crime or independent crime. It's organized crime.
I'm real picky about who I hang with.
Yeah, well,
they're like my best friends right
you don't even have to know the people if you know the patterns and how they work and how they think and the stuff that they do. If you can notice that, then it's just blatantly obvious because they're like middle schoolers. They pick at you like grade schoolers.
I get it.
See you later.